YouTube, welcome your beautiful faces back to the channel. Now, we have a series on the channel whereby I show you guys all my best games from the week. Okay, and by best, I don't necessarily mean like 100% accuracy, flawless opening theory, like, we don't really do that. What we do is romantic chess, okay? So beautiful attacking chess, sacrifices, big trades, all this beautiful stuff, all the big tactics, pins, forks, whatever we can get our hands on, basically, is what I show you guys, okay? I don't want to play 100% accuracy chess. It's just robotic, it's not fluid. That's not me saying I could if I wanted to, but I like to play like Mikhail Tal, just sacrifice everything, and so that's what we show you guys today. I've got 3 games for you. First one, of course, on your screen, starting with the black pieces, okay? Now, I'm not particularly good with the black pieces. My repertoire just consists of a bit of copycat, you know what I mean? So it's a bit of e4, e5, queen h5. Already I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I'm 1500 elo, why is my opponent trying to disrespect me here with this, just scholar's mate? I'm thinking this is not okay. So immediately I play knight to c6, okay? A lot of the time people just completely blunder the pawn. They go, oh, I've got to attack this queen. But it's like, well, you've just hung this pawn. So let's not do that. Let's be solid. Let's defend the pawn. The bishop comes out, and I think to myself, this is so disrespectful. But now I can play g6, right? I can block the path of the queen. We're all good. We get queen to f3, so just maintaining the pressure on this f7 pawn. Jump my knight forwards. Like it's defended by the queen. We're all good. We're not getting mated in 3 moves. We're good. c3. Bishop to g7, so I'm just trying to be as solid as possible out the opening here. Like, when your opponent is attacking, I'm just trying to develop pieces that defend my position really well, you know what I mean? So b4, d6, I'm trying to be solid. d3, bishop to g4, I'm just attacking the queen now. I'm asking my opponent a question saying, where the hell is your queen going to go? Has to go to g3, queen to d7, set up a battery of the bishop. So everything, as you can see, is super, super solid. f3 is played, so my bishop has to drop back to e6. And then they play bishop d5. I'm kind of thinking this is a mouse slip, and they probably meant to take my bishop. But, this isn't Lichess. We can't be doing, move take-backs or any of that nonsense. So I take the bishop, pawn recaptures, knight takes, and now I'm just up a pawn. Great news. Bishop to g5, h6 attacks the bishop, so, bye-bye bishop. And then I long castle. And in hindsight, this is probably a little bit of an inaccuracy because, this is where my opponent's attack is. These 3 pawn pushes, 4 pawn pushes, this one's coming as well. And I just sort of position my king in front of all of it. Like, I could have short castled, but I just sort of thought, the bishop and queen combining on the G and H files looks a little bit antsy, and the H pawn's going to come down. So I just thought, let's long castle, let's just go for it. And my opponent does launch an attack. So although the eval bar heavily favoured in my path, in my direction, I don't necessarily think it's all that clear, It's just not. Let me actually move this camera down just a smidge, because I can't maintain perfect posture up here for 15 minutes. That might break my back. So yeah, a4 is played. When your opponent lashes out on the side of the board, we've always been taught to take space in the centre. And I know e4 looks like I'm hanging a pawn, but I promise you there is a plan behind it, okay? The reason I'm doing this is because it opens up my dark square bishop. And I know what you're thinking, Max, there is literally a pawn blocking the path. You can't take the rook. Well, when they take the pawn, what about if I take on b4? You have to look for these small tactical advantages. Everyone looks for the killing blow. Just sack your knight, okay? Trust me, just sack your knight in the middle. It'll open something up. They take with the c-pawn, of course. And then I take the rook. It wants bishop e5 first to attack the queen and then take the rook. But I just take the rook right away because, I'm not stockfish. What the hell? Bishop c3, just trade off the bishop. With check, knight develops. And here we're just up a full exchange. So, I have a rook in place of a knight. Knight takes on b4. Again, just threatening to take on d3 now. They play knight to d5. Queen to a4, it's not check, what am I talking about? Just picking up another pawn, defending the knight. And here we're just up so many pawns, it's going to be so easy to convert this now. They completely hung a fork. I mean, this is not good. This knight f6 is not good. Just queen a1, forking the king and the knight. King steps forward, take the knight. Knight comes over, and then it's just a case of putting my rooks in the centre, throwing some pawns up the board, and eventually converting this position. Have to play king b8, they give a check. Queen c3, and yeah, as you can see, I'm just taking every pawn, defending solidly, and we're just going to attack. And after knight c2, they just resign, because, like, I mean, what can you even do here? You have to go over here, and then just queen e3 check looks absolutely crushing. You have to go back here. Rook takes on d2. Oh my god, and if you go like this, it's mate. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But guys, that's the first game. You know, we had some small tactical brilliancies, dare I say it. I mean, that whole, like, taking on b4, I want to say, with the knight. Like, moving the c-pawn out the way so I could take the rook. Mwah! Chef's kiss. Very instructive stuff. White pieces this time, though. e4, e5, you know, I'm a man of culture. Come on, let's not be silly here. Knight to f3, knight to c6, and bishop to b5. This is, of course, the Spanish opening, the Roy Lopez, something you will all be very familiar with. Outside of the Italian, it's the second most popular opening. They play knight to e7, sorry, from g8 to e7. This is known as the Cosio defense. Very solid, it's quite difficult to break down. I just castle, you know. I'm not looking for any shenanigans here. Let's just get castled. Let's get to safety. Opponent plays d6. I play d4, just lashing out in the centre. They don't take. They put their bishop on d7, so I just push forwards. Just taking more space, kicking this knight back, because now in the Cosio defence, this knight blocks the square it wants to go to. I think it's in, like, the old Steinitz, maybe. Oftentimes the knight will go back here, and then you'll play, like, a4, and if takes and takes, you open up the rook, and the knight that would still be here really struggles to develop because the pawn blocks the squares. But that is completely, you know, just on a tangent. Knight has to go to b8. I play a4, g6, bishop e3, bishop g7, queen c2, d2, sorry, queen c8. So we're both just setting up batteries, okay, with the bishop and queen. I think they're kind of anticipating me playing h3, and then they, you know, potentially would sack and just open up my king completely, look for a really quick checkmate. But I don't play h3 because I'm not a psychopath. Don't ever want to push your king's pawns if you don't have to. Just stay safe, you know. Bishop h6, looking to trade off the dark square bishop. They say no, so I say, alright, no as well then. Knight c3. Opponent here plays c6, which is a bit of a strange move. Just take the pawn, bishop takes back, and I actually jump my knight in, which is a bit of a miss in hindsight, because, of course, like, I can just, I don't know, let's say takes, and then take on d6. I don't really see an issue here. Oh, wait, I can't. I have to take the dark square bishop first, don't I? That's what I have to do. So it would be like this, then like this. No? Okay, just take on d6 right away. Okay, maybe it doesn't want me to develop their knight for them. I get that. If I had a bit more time to think, maybe I'd have done that. I say that like I don't have 8 minutes on the clock. I just wanted to attack, okay? So I just bring my knight. Here what they need to do is take my knight with their knight on d5. But they don't. They actually take my bishop. Which, if you can't see why that's bad, maybe chess isn't for you. Because I take the knight, forking the king and the queen. So yeah, that's kind of game over, really. I mean, the game does continue, but why it continues, I don't know. In this position, if I was black, I would have ripped my MacBook in half and eaten it, I think. I think I would have eaten my MacBook. I take the queen, they take back, and then, you know, I take the dark square bishop, they take back. I take the light square bishop, they can't take back. So they develop their knight. I take another pawn. I mean, I'm up 10 points of material, like 11 points of material. This is just scarily crushing. 12 points of material, 11 points of material, 12 points of material, 11 points of material, and now we're just attacking the knight, like just all-out attack. Play rook e1, preparing the move e6. I play e6. They play knight g4. I can just take this, take the rook, give another check, take the knight. Oh no, don't take the knight, actually. Yeah, I didn't take the knight. I played rook a7 check, because my queen is blocking all these squares. So no matter where you go, I always have mate now. You know, so don't take the knight. I got trigger happy there in my recap. But definitely, do not take the knight. Go deliver checkmate, okay? So yeah, I mean, this was a game of just a bit of luck, really, in the sense that my opponent just rushed this move. I mean, they literally spent 6, add 7 is 13. 13 seconds on this move. That was painfully slow maths, I apologise. I mean, I think what would have happened if I've just taken this, I mean, I'm still winning, but it's, you know, it's not overly clear. Oh, wow, it wants this first and then take the knight. That's fascinating. I guess I'm putting some good pressure on my queen. It's not easy to attack this queen. That kind of makes a lot of sense, yeah. So yeah, again, I'm not really doing anything crazy. It's just my opponent's blundering and me making the most of it. That's literally how you get to 1500. You never have to do anything crazy. But yeah, the third and final game, guys. Black pieces. Beautiful stuff. We're playing somebody from Bangladesh. I want to say, yeah, Bangladesh. E4, E5, knight f3, knight c6. Most common opening out of two moves. In two moves, sorry. Knight c3, bishop c5, and we get a Yocco piano. Okay, this is a version of the Italian where black is much more attacking. Okay, typically you see like a knight on f6, and maybe you challenge for the center or something. But no, this is very attacking from black. You might also see this sort of setup in like the Traxler counter gambit, like counter attack, not counter gambit, is it? It's not a gambit. Where like white plays a fried liver and black looks to sack their bishop and then like get active with their knight, bring the queen out and just attack. That's maybe where this position seems more familiar for a lot of you. Knight to f6, d3, short castles, d6, opening up the light square bishop, bishop g5, pinning the knight, so h6 kicks the bishop back, and then bishop to g4, pinning their knight. This is all basically what you're going to get out of every Yocco piano position. I mean, unless, of course, the opponent plays c3 and d4, which is a very common line, and then like you take, bishop drops back. And white has like a monster centre, but black has some good counterplay, on the old flanks. Call me messy the way I run these wings, but queen to d2 is just a horrifying move from my opponent, and that's because now when I take on f3, your whole king is getting ripped open, and here I found the most beautiful move of my entire life. This is why I love chess. It's such a romantic idea. Can you see it? I was about to tell you. I don't know if I want to tell you. Knight takes on e4. What the hell is that? What is that? Boom! Boom! Just completely sacking my knight. And also sacking my queen. It's not really sacking my queen though, is it? Opponent didn't take my queen, unfortunately. Because this would be really, really bad. What do you even play here? Bishop takes on c7. I just take on f1, right? And then, it wants king takes on f1. And then what? Just rook to c8, kick the bishop away. Like it's, oh my god, this move was so beautiful. It was so, I was so proud of this. And my opponent actually took the knight with their knight, which I found so weird. Instead of with the f pawn, sorting out your double stack pawns. Maybe they want to take my dark squared bishop. I don't really know. I take their dark squared bishop, so they do take mine. They came for blood. Here it wants knight d4. Man, if I'd have found knight d4, this game would have been perfect. I already played this game at like 97 accuracy, but knight d4 would have been the icing on the cake, man. But I took the knight. They played king h1, and the game's just over now. Like it's basically just over. They need to find queen d1 to defend the f3 pawn. So like you have some scope here. But yeah, well, I mean, I just probably play like queen h3, and I'm just putting so much pressure on it. It's so hard to stop, man. They play rook to g1, just like an awful move, like a truly awful move, isn't it? Because I just take on f3 and it's like, I'm hitting the rook, I'm hitting the queen, I'm threatening mate. And to be fair to my opponent, they invested a lot of time here, or I think they did anyway. Maybe they didn't, we'll soon find out. But it's like, how do you defend the queen and stop checkmate? And it's like, you can't. It's not possible. You have to play rook g2 or queen takes on h6, which is just like a real desperado, stupid move. My opponent plays rook g7. They spent a good minute on this move. I mean, I could just play king h8, but I just take the rook. And after rook g1 check, I think my opponent was just really hoping that I would take this rook. But, I'm attacking a queen and I'm threatening checkmate, so I'm never going to take the rook. And after king h7, my opponent resigns, because, like, what can you play here? Like, you go rook g2, you lose your queen. And it's like, what the hell? If you just, I don't know, do something stupid, like move your queen out the way, then you get mated. So there's nothing they can do, you know, it's just a horrible, horrible position. But guys, those are the games today. I mean, this is a weekly series, so if you enjoyed that, subscribe. I mean, we'll be back next week to show some more romantic chess, some attacking chess. So if you did enjoy, stick around. Like the video, comment down below other chess ideas you want to see on the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.